The history of Broadway.
Yes.
Oh, gee. You know, I'm an old man. I may not can remember all of the history of Broadway.
How long have you been attending Broadway?
For about 3 years. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4. Because I've been in Mommy's tummy here. So I've been here for about 5 years.
Okay.
Probably when I was about 4 or 5 years old. That was down at 19th now. That's the original Broadway.
Well, maybe we should start over.
I've been going to Broadway for about 8 years now.
And I've been coming here for 4.
You know, we visited other churches before we made a decision about coming here. I think the two things that really drew us to Broadway was, first of all, the warmness and the friendliness of the people. They welcomed us with open arms and made us feel very comfortable and at home. And we could tell there was a great deal of unity by how people interacted with each other. And then I think secondly, we were drawn to Dan's teaching, our preacher Dan Owens, in his preaching and his teaching.
Broadway's always been a family to me. I had a lot of people that were like aunts and uncles to me growing up. And as I've grown up, I think I've begun to appreciate them more. And now that I'm leaving soon, there are a lot of people here that I'm going to miss a lot.
I was born in February of 1924, and I started attending June of 1924. So
But as far as programs here, you know, it was a big deal to have a whole nursery department. Our first pictures we made of the building and the facilities, we had a highlight in the little bulletin that was made that showed the nursery department, and two of our sons are the ones that are standing in the baby bed looking out at the ladies that are taken care of.
We were looking to get into an environment that would be conducive for our family and going forward, so we had heard some good things from some other people in the southern Illinois area that were making the drive down, and we thought we would try it out just based on the things that we had heard, really.
Well, it's where I've always been. The people here are a church family, and that's what it means to me, that these are people that it's something I can rely on, you know. And I feel at home. That's what.
Well, as someone who moved here from out of state and not really knowing anyone in the area, I can say Broadway really stepped in and filled that family, church family, just being like your physical family, loving, welcoming, friendly, inviting, encouraging. So all those things are really important all the time, but especially when you're someone new to the area, or if you were a new Christian or something like that.
My earliest memories of Broadway, running around with kids, definitely VBS was always a really strong memory. And Bible Bowl was always a big event.
You know, I think the future is as bright as we allow God to work in our lives and we follow the direction that He's given us. I think we have all the tools here. I think we're in a great position here to really be a lighthouse in the community.
What is the future?
We've got to, some of us, I think, give up our traditional ways we've looked at having services and having church.
I think that there is a lot of integration between the generations in the future, but I also think that there's a lot of bringing in the community that we've seen, like the movement towards that in the past couple of years. And I'm a huge fan of that. And so I think the future of Broadway sees more of the community being brought in.
When you get together with more believers and you're with that larger group of people, you're going to for sure get that higher level of consistency. It just seems like no matter what the weather, what the time of year, what the day, or what's going on, when you come in here, it's like a carbon copy of optimism and encouragement and happiness and just Christ-like people around you, no matter if you're waiting in line for coffee or if you're before class or if you come in late to the sermon, because you're rushing. You never feel anything different. It's the love and the consistency is always there.
When you think of a Christian, it's what you think about when you walk in.
Share the love.
Share the love. Love God. Share the word.
Love the word.
Oh.
You're going to regret asking us.
It's fine.
Okay, we're here to, this is a practice round. We're here to love God, share, love the word.
Love the word. Perfect.
I forgot the last one now.